almost had Culp moving again. And Hayden throwing out to the right side, complete. Terry Nelson made the catch, but he paid for it at the 45. Rams made it. They did. So just enough for the first down. And again, that was Bethea jumping around. Jesse flipping out to Capoletti. Capoletti get away from Alexander, got across the 40. And it appears to be a flag thrown on the far side of the field. Miller wide left, Jesse right, flip back to Bryant with Capoletti blocking, and that gets into the 30. Capoletti put a pretty good block on Greg Stemrick, number 27 of Houston. See what in the tight end on the left side. And it's still Capoletti and Bryant. Capoletti just down to the 25, so then they split Capoletti and Bryant. Nelson on the right side and Hayden passing. In big man, Terry Nelson took it away from Steve Kiner, and then Kiner wrapped him up. Deep man. And it's Bryant carrying and almost on his own, burrowing to about the 15-yard line, which makes it very close to another first down. And it is Capoletti inside the 5-yard line. A quick handoff. It looked like Hayden was going to roll out. Quick Terry Nelson. And it's Cullen Bryant. And Bryant just crashing through for a touchdown. Much to the chagrin of Bum Phillips, goes 62 yards, dominate play, and with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Los Angeles. Slot man Renfro now on the left side. Pastorini looking right and throwing deep, and falling down on the pitcher's mound was Renfro, and that was the key on the Ram 40. And Wallace fumbles, and it's recovered by Houston, number 58. And we can take another look at that play immediately.
Nickel defense.
Burrow left, Castor is right, and Billy Johnson in the slot on the right side. Pastorini hard over Burrows, juggled and dropped, and it looked like an interception for the Rams by Dave Elmendorf, but he couldn't hold it. Number 42. Play action fake to Jodat. Jesse throwing to Terry Nelson, who makes the catch at the Ram 30. They pick up 13, and it's a first down. Bill Courier making the tackle. 36. Hayden getting a good block from Dennis Harrah. Throws to Miller. He took it away from Courier, and he's at the 40 and down to the Houston 38. Willie Alexander finally making the tackle, but Miller just stole the ball. Jim Jodat trying to follow Phillips, and he ran into Curly Culp. End of run. Left to the half. Pitch back to Jodat. Good block. Springs him across the 30 and down to the 20-yard line. Rod Phillips put a good block to open the door for him.
Quick count. Pat is mixing his cadence beautifully.
Miller inside Jesse Wright. Hayden's going to put it up again. And he completes it on a great catch by Miller. And going down with him is Stemrick.
Yeah, the Oilers had a safety blitz there.
3rd and goal from the 7. 7-0 Rams. Capoletti back in there with Jodat. Back staying into block. Hayden scrambling. Got it away and threw it to Dallas. He had a lot of heat from Washington. Blitz. Spotted by Nolan Cromwell on the 15 for Frank Corral. His 25-yard field goal is good, and so Corral now is 5 out of 7 for field goals. And the Rams are sitting on top of a 10-0 lead with 6 minutes and 39 seconds left to go to the half. Houston take over, 1st and 10 on their own 25. Play action fake to Campbell. Jack Youngblood pressing, and they have a screen on the left side to Rob. And he busted away from Jim Youngblood. What a tremendous effort by Rob Carpenter, one-year man out of Miami of Ohio. To Rob Carpenter. Play action fake to Campbell. Pastorini going deep to Carpenter. And Carpenter is inside the 20-yard line.
A great call, well executed. That's the weakness of that particular defense. They're in a double a double coverage. They double cover both outsides, and down the middle is open. Oh, he made a good catch. He stayed with the ball. The ball was fluttering.
3rd and 8 on the Ram 15. Carpenter and Campbell back of Pastorini. Johnson left, Burrow right, Castor in a slot right. And the flip intended for Castor, but he was attending a Ram meeting.
And Pastorini was rushed.
2-yard field goal attempt. Tony Fritsch kicks it up and good. And it took a while, but the Oilers have hit a well and pick up 3. We have 4 minutes and 21 seconds to go to the half. The Rams 10 and the Oilers 3. Takes it at his own 22. Chased by Osteen. Boxed in by Phillips. Now up the left side. And out of bounds. And the man who got him out of bounds was McLean.
Beautiful.
Otherwise, White Shoes busted it. Barber is the tight end on the right side. Carpenter is the up back. Campbell, the deep back. Campbell with Carpenter blocking Isaiah Robertson. And he's into Ram territory and still on his feet to the Ram 40-yard line.
Jim,
Bill Simpson is hurt for the Rams.
here we go. Running the right side of the Ram defense. Giving the ball to the best back. This is what the game plan was from the start. Good, powerful running.
Now you notice Campbell palmed the football. That is when you get in the open and you want to get ultimate speed.
If you Burrow right, Castor in a slot. Here comes Campbell, and there goes Campbell across the 35 to the 34.
Same area, same play.
We'll start offense. That's back of Barber, and Ronnie Coleman is now in there behind Pastorini. Coleman 47. Pastorini with a lot of time. He's got Barber. He took it away from Jim Youngblood. Fumbles. The Rams have recovered the ball at their own 15. Mike Barber caught it, fumbled, and the Rams recover. And it was Dave Elmendorf, number 42, who recovered the ball. 7 out of 14 for 91 yards. Hayden is 7 for 14 for 72 yards. Earl Campbell, as you look at the overall statistics, Campbell has carried 8 times for 38 yards. For the Rams, Cappelletti 5 for 35, Phillips 4 for 12, Bryant 10 for 25, and Jodat 2 for 17. In looking at all of these numbers, George, what's the one set of stats that really means something?
Well, first of all, third downs, which is none there. The Oilers have not had a 3rd and 1 situation in the first half. And secondly, the Oilers haven't picked up the crucial first down on 3rd down. And the Rams have.
And 2nd and 9 from the 15. Hayden looking left and then going over the middle to Terry Nelson, the tight end, and he carries it out to the 40-yard line. Steve Kiner finally helping to bring him down at the 4 side. Cappelletti with a block by Bryant, and Kiner had to throw a block to even slow him down as he fell forward. Reinfeldt finally going on top of him, about 1.5 yards to 2 yards shy of the first down. Cappelletti. And it's Jodat. And he got away from the tackle attempt by Washington. Picked up the first down, and he's down close to the 43. Ted Washington might have had him, number 59, behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll break tackles the way he runs.
1st and 10 on the Houston 42. Play action fake to Jodat, and the pass is to the tight end. And Terry Nelson battling to the 16-yard line before Reinfeldt brought him down with Courier on top.
Good call, good play action.
Jodat going wide and upended fumbles. However, the Rams try. It is bobbled a 3rd time. And Houston has recovered.
You know,
the deep back. And it'll be Earl Campbell with Wilson blocking. Inside, Isaiah Robinson still on his feet. Oh, what a run to the 35. And Campbell will go the other way now. With Wilson blocking, he's across And a good gutsy tackle by Isaiah that time to knock him down at the 40.
When you run Campbell wide, you give him the options.
Houston 43. Here comes Campbell. Wilson out in front. And he just broke a hand tackle by Dave Elmendorf and picked up the first down.
On his own.
First and 10 from the 49. And it'll be Ronnie Coleman. And he's belted as he gets across midfield.
You know, Jim, the Oilers have more depth in their backfield than they've had in quite some time.
Houston on a move. Play action fake. Pastorini down the right side. And there's a flag on the play. The pass was completed to Billy Johnson. And a flag as the completion takes it down to the 38.
Pass completed, but there's a flag on the field.
Right tackle. Offense.
That's what happened.
Pastorini going to dump it to Campbell. And on his own, he moves, finally dragged down by Larry Brooks for the Oilers. Johnson in a slot inside Burrow right. Pastorini looking right, throwing down there and overshoots Johnson. Rod Perry was right there to defend. And flattened is Dante Pastorini.
See, you don't see that in the statistics, but the quarterback's on his back. Again, not coming through in the third down. Could have.
Cullen Bryant with Dennis Harrah leading the way. Capoletti trying to hand block, and he got across the 35. Capoletti had his hands full just pushing. Miller left. And it's Capoletti fighting across the 40 and might have fallen forward for the first down. Miller left, Jesse Wright, Nelson the tight end on the right side. And it's going to be to Capoletti. And a pretty good block by Harrah that was almost a clip, but the block opened it up for the first down. 50 to go in the third quarter. Capoletti with Bryant putting a block on Brazil. And a couple of hard yards. Boy, that's a collision. Cullen Bryant blocking Robert Brazil. You could hear it all the way in Los Angeles. Right side. And it's Bryant pounding for the first down, and he's gotten it. Miller left. Hayden looking left and going over to Miller, who does an Al Jolson and makes the reception at the 25-yard line. 2nd and 1 from the 26. Rod Phillips battling and crawling to the 20. They'll probably mark it before that, however, and it's a first down. Back of Hayden. Hayden releasing to Phillips. He got a block from Harrah, then by Saul, and he fumbles. It is picked up by Sampson, but I believe after the whistle.
Yeah, they blew him dead.
Sampson first picked it up and gave it to Reinfeldt, but they'll call it back. From the 12. Capoletti. And you tell me how they can ever figure whether you've gained the yard or not.
It's a judgment thing, Vinny.
Capoletti and Bryant behind Hayden. And it's Bryant. Mack is pulled to lead the way, but he goes the other way. And there's nobody there but blue shirts.
Great pursuit. And the strong side, the onside, got across. Penetration. That's how you stop sweeps.
So 3 quarters are history here in Houston. And for the moment, the Rams 10, Houston 3. 11 from the 12. Bryant, the deep back behind Capoletti. Hayden bothered but got away. Throws on the run and it's batted down. Brazil and Bryant was there, and a lot of heat was put on him by Art Stringer. He is right. The Oilers are moving around up front. Hayden lobbing out of state and knocked out by Alexander.
Flag on the field.
There's a flag.
Holding number 75. Offense declined. 4th down.
That's the goal of the day. It would be a 29-yard effort. And it's blocked. Blocked and picked up by Alexander. Cromwell trying to fight him to the sidelines, and finally Nolan Cromwell knocks him out of bounds at the 45-yard line
Big
of Los
play.
Angeles. And Campbell are the backs, and there goes play action to Campbell, and Pastorini on a bomb down the left side to Burrow.
Yeah.
No good. Side Burrow, and it's still Carpenter and Campbell. And this time, play action to Campbell, down the middle, complete to Mike Barber. He's the fellow who fumbled earlier, and he's not going to fumble this time, to the Rams 20. Just the start of the fourth quarter, 10-3 Los Angeles, and here goes Earl Campbell. He knocked Robertson on his back.
Watch out! Beautiful, beautiful.
Five. Oh, what a runner.
Oh.
They're going wild in Houston.
Oh.
Everybody's happy.
I'm
but
going
Isaiah
wild up
Robertson,
here.
Beautiful running.
he
Power.
just ran
You see?
over Robertson.
Tremendous.
The Rams are still thinking that they are playing Tony Dorsett.
Boy, did he
You're
hit Robertson.
Earl Campbell is strong, and
ran
he
over
will put
Isaiah.
his shoulders into your chest.
They're in motion. Earl Campbell running around Elmendorf, and he can't get around him. Elmendorf gave him a pretty good shove to keep him there. And that collision would appear to be Earl Campbell on that play. So it's a quiet moment in Houston. In motion is Castor. Play action fake to Coleman. Pass in the end zone to Barber. No good. Defending was Jim Youngblood. And he kicked it through. So the Rams' lead has been cut because of the blocked field goal and the Houston recovery and run back by Willie Alexander. It is the Rams 10, Houston 6 with 12 minutes left to go in this one. Right, tight end Nelson on the right side. Jodat inside Nelson block, but he's dragged down. Good tackle by Ted Washington, number 59. Miller left Jesse Wright, and over the middle to Miller. He's wrapped up by Stemrick, and that should be enough. It's more than enough for the first down. So Hayden was 12 for 21 and 163 yards, and he comes up with a pivotal pass completion. Capoletti, and it's Capoletti. Washington turned the play inside, and Capoletti still carried to the Houston 45. Second man, Jim Jodat, with Dennis Harrah throwing the block, and he's a fumble. Houston has recovered. It was picked up by Greg Bingham, number 54, a six-year man out of Purdue. In there with him is Tim Wilson, and here's Ronnie Coleman spinning to the 40, and then the Rams gang up on him, and there's a few angry people down there. Pat Thomas off the wing of Barber as a second tight end. There goes Castor in motion. Coleman, and he got it. First down, got to the 45. Pastorini going for the bomb, and it's Burrow. It was picked up by Pat Thomas. So the interception by Pat Thomas.
Pat Thomas is a smart defensive back. He can jump. He plays the ball well.
Tremendous player. 3rd and 11 from the 9.
Quick count, quick count.
Hayden cranking up, throwing to Miller, and he goes down, but he made the first down, and that's the key at the 25-yard line. Capoletti with Bryant, and some pretty good moves by Big John. He was dazzling there with a couple of sharp footsteps.
Big John has been reading the papers. He has been criticized because of his speed. Today, I believe he is faster.
1,216 here at Dome. Jim Jodat into a pile. You know, in honor of Bum Phillips and the change here in Houston, we should mention with 4:28 left, this is the 15th time they've had a sellout here since Phillips took over, before it behind Hayden. And he's going to throw, but just a little release to Capoletti. And that play that you call safe, George, gets it out to the 40.
Very safe. You don't get sacked on that, even if your protection breaks down.
Miller left, Jesse Wright. Nelson on the right side. And Hayden to Capoletti. And Capoletti is taken down in Houston territory.
You see,
and that puts a lot.
Houston's playing great football in this series.
Hayden on a roll, being chased by Brazil. Bob Brazil, he's everywhere, number 52. Now, what kind of a play call was that, folks? Right, Nelson on the right side. It's Bryant and Capoletti. He's going to send it up. And he's going deep to Nelson, and the tight end makes a great catch to the 25, and that's it.
That's the ball game. It's Chet.
Oh, what a play. Cappelletti. It'll be John Cappelletti dragged down, but he got away from Elvin Bethea. Willie Alexander can't get him. And Steve Kiner does. It was just that simple. He escaped two, and the third man finally got him.
Well, it took a lot of time.
In the left side. Cappelletti with Bryant blocking. And he got across the 20-yard line. Pretty good block by Terry Nelson, who is somewhat of an unsung hero. The tight end, number 83, Terry Nelson, has caught 6 passes for 110 yards. Hayden to Cullen Bryant. Big hole. And Bryant is across the 15, and finally Bill Currier had to get him at the ankles before getting some help up on top. And Hayden goes down with Cullen Bryant and Cappelletti forming an arch over him to make sure nobody falls on top of him. They will not have another play.
No, big win, a hard-fought game for the Rams. They won. They beat the Oilers at home in the Astrodome. That's a very important win for them.
So the Rams now are 4-0, trying to catch Chuck Knox's record of 1973 when they won the first 6.